F-Zero is a franchise that I've never really played, since it was too much work to find a way to play GX on the GameCube, and on the SNES, well, it was a mix of me being too dumb to understand the controls and it being far too fast. However, when it comes to the mascot character Captain Falcon, he's a great character in Smash Bros, right? And I love that franchise, so it's inevitable for me to cross paths with him. So, when I played Ganondorf, I thought his moveset was pretty cool. Okay, so I might not be the biggest F-Zero fanboy, but chances are, neither are you. Ask any random guy 100 years ago, and they won't be able to tell you a thing about F-Zero. But if you go outside, you might notice that now, even the most stubborn of us are well aware of F-Zero. And that's all thanks in part to F-Zero 99. And you know what? That's cool. F-Zero 99 is really fun. Really fun. But man, do I suck at it. F-Zero 99 takes the original gameplay of SNES F-Zero and gives it the Fortnite treatment. And when compared to Tetris 99, Pac-Man 99, and Mario 35, rest in peace, it truly takes advantage of the Battle Royale format. In Tetris and Pac-Man, they use the Battle Royale more as a slight annoyance on the edges of the screen, when you only really need to focus on the other players once you're in the top 10. However, F-Zero actively improves with more players, and that's mainly from the fact that it's a racing game. Now, I've only ever played maybe 4 racing games in my entire life. Excite Truck, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Asphalt 9, and, well, every single Mario Kart. And I will tell you, each and every one of those games love it when cars crash into each other. It's half the gameplay. F-Zero 99 is chaotic fun with cars constantly bumping into each other, and there's not much room to avoid it. Literally. And looking at the gameplay, I'm sure it looks stressful. How would I manage to maneuver through all that? The answer is, you don't. Okay, well, you'll try. I'm sure there's a way to guarantee a spot in the top 50, but this game banks on spending a lot of time being slapped around to the back. But ultimately, that makes it a whole lot more fun and rewarding when you actually break 50th. When getting gameplay footage for this video, I actually managed to get 2nd place, and I felt pretty good after that. Barely scrounging for my life, passing up everyone in the last second, ending with a bit of luck from the Skyway track. Then I looked at the leaderboards, and you know, I probably have 5 hours in the game so far, and I'm level 6. Now, the person in 1st place? Oh, he's just level 60? So after, what is it, less than a week after it was announced, we've already got people who are grinding this game at a professional pace. And I love it. Again, I've never really had the opportunity to get into the original games, but there's nothing I love more than good games getting great appreciation. After playing F-Zero 99, I had to see what I was doing wrong when playing the original SNES game, so I booted up Nintendo Switch Online SNES F-Zero and did a few races. Turns out, based on the 3 races I did with the easiest settings enabled, I'm pretty good. F-Zero 99 usually has us playing the same 2 tracks. It's always Big Blue or Mute City. I always voted the other tracks since I've never played them. However, once I actually played the original F-Zero, I realized why nobody did pick those tracks. I will put it in my last will and testament to have every version of Deathwind thrown into a fire and have that fire put out with the spit of death row prisoners. Anyway, back to Fortnite. The gameplay is truly phenomenal, but there's one thing that's always souring to me. Now, I actually love all the ways you can lose in the game. Obviously, there's a loss when you don't finish first. Pretty much everyone's gonna lose that way, but then there's 2 other ways to lose. The first of which, blowing up and dying. The game has a great risk and reward system with the boosters, where you could possibly gain a lead in the race by boosting, but if you boost too much, or too recklessly, a car might bump into you and you'll blow up. The last way to lose is ranking out. I've only lost this way once because I liberally use my boosts. I like explosions, but that's not my problem. My problem comes after I die. In Tetris 99, once you die, you can hold down a button and join another lobby right away. In F-Zero, you have to go through pages of leaderboards and stats, and then you have to go to the main menu. Then, after a few more pop-ups, you can finally start another game. It sounds petty, But unlike Tetris 99 where matches take 10 minutes or longer, F-Zero matches are rather quick, and going through layers of menus on top of menus on menus becomes an absolute pain. But on a whole, it's truly fantastic. There's a few things I haven't yet experienced. For one, there's a few stages that I just haven't played yet at all, because, like I said earlier, no one picks them. Now, they are picking better stages based on what I've played on the SNES F-Zero, but mixing around stages would be nice. Another thing I barely touched is the second game mode. It seems to be a rotating selection of Grand Prix and the like, but I've only done it once. And at last, vehicles. Turns out, based on looks alone, the first car I picked happened to be the fastest, and it has a pretty good acceleration ramp, so I've never bothered to swap it out for anything different. F-Zero is an absolute blast. If you've got Nintendo Switch Online, you've got to try it. Play a few rounds, and if you disagree, then go ahead and play Pac-Man 99. Unlike Pac-Man 99, F-Zero actually has real people playing it, and I hope it continues that way. Stay hydrated, and as always, keep cool. See ya, Arctic.